Welcome back to Arkham Horror Edge of the Earth campaign playthrough. This is my playthrough using Lilly Chen. We are on scenario 2, Forbidden Peaks. This is the third chapter in this playthrough. So I'm going to read you the campaign intro and proceed to the gameplay. So intro 1, the wind howls as your party prepares for a long journey ahead. There's very little conversation. Even if you could hear each other's muffled voices through your earmuffs and scarves, what would you say? The silence in your shared terror is loud enough. Destination is many miles ahead of you. The jagged peaks loom far on the horizon, taunting you. You run a mental checklist to a situation. So, check your campaign log and read each passage below that corresponds to situation, then proceed to intro 2. A lie is a lie, however, a wooden sledge is not recovered. Otherwise, you groan as you heft an enormous, heavy backpack full of equipment onto your back. You're definitely not looking forward to trekking across the snow with an extra 40 pounds, but there's no avoiding it. You have no idea how long you're going to be where you're heading, and you'll need everything in that backpack if you want to survive. So add 1 frost token to the chaos pack, which I will do now. Avery Claypool is alive, so reads, weather might look clear right now, Claypool explains, but it could turn on a dime. We'll be on ice most of the journey, so be on the lookout for cracks. We need ice about 60 centimeters thick in order to walk across, so stay behind me at all times. Now use his auger to make sure it's safe. He holds up a spiral tipping drilling device and leads the way. No ill effects. Takada Hiroko is alive. As you set out, you hear Takada singing something under her breath, just quiet enough that you can't tell what it is. One of the others, however, seems to recognise it. That song again, they say. Who's singing it on the Theodosia the way over? Takada sighs. It's a song my father taught me. How to pass the time, she explains. You ask if she would like to teach it to you, and she gives you the first smile you've seen from her since the trek began. Yes, I would. You spend the remainder of the journey singing and bonding together, whittling the time away. No ill effects. If we scouted the mountain pass, we did not, so otherwise it reads, the frozen tundra leading up to the foothills of the jagged mountains is hard terrain to traverse. Even prepared as you are, with snowshoes and warm clothes to fight the cold, the going is going to be slow and tough. The wind fights you at every turn, its gusts strong enough to knock you over, but you continue onward undeterred. And lastly, intro 2 reads, you hike through ice and snow for many grueling hours. Luckily, you encounter no more of the creatures from the previous 2 days, leaving you to ponder if it's all some cruel mirage. As you draw closer to the base of the jagged snow-tipped mountains, you find another manner of creatures altogether. It lies frozen, half buried in the snow, like a macabre waymarker guiding you onward. Its body is shaped like a drum, with a thick hide and a pair of torn leathery wings. A starfish-shaped appendage sticks out of the snow from the top half, adorned with 5 dead eyes and a set of prismatic cilia. 5 sets of tentacles lie frozen in the ice. The sight of the thing chills you more than Antarctic weather possibly could. There can be no doubt this is one of the elder things Professor Dyer and Danforth encountered the last time they were ventured into the heart of Antarctica. But what killed it? Surely it was not just the cold. So proceed to set up. So here we have the scenario. So we'll read the acts agenda cards first. So Act 1 reads, ascend the mountain. Carrying as much expedition gear as you can, you must climb the imposing mountainside to unlock the secrets that lie on the other side. So as an action, take control of an expedition asset at your location. An objective, get to the top of the mountain. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. So you must simply climb the summit from here to the top. Agenda 1 reads, Forbidden Peaks. You arrive at the foothills of the menacing mountain. The strange caves and odd formations at the mountain's summit beg to be explored. After you move to a location, return all of your clues to the token pool. Okay, 6 on there. So we have 2 assets to start at the bottom. So this is level 0. So you have level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Locations are connected next to each other, but in order to advance, I must collect all clues from the location below this one. So I can't proceed to here until all clues from here have been gathered. From the campaign log, there are 2 items recovered, the spare parts and dynamite, which start here as an action to take control of these. So we have dynamite, 2 supplies, spend 1 supply, exhaust dynamite to choose either your location or collecting location. Deal 3 damage to each enemy and investigator at the chosen location, so be careful with that. And also spare parts has 3 supplies, spend 1 supply and exhaust spare parts, add 1 supply to another asset at your location, or choose an investigator at your location to gain 1 resource. So both pretty good cards. And Deep Drifts has Victory 1, has a force effect when we move there, but we're already there, it doesn't make a difference. There are 3 clues there, and 1 of the shroud value. So I've got my discipline card here, discipline of fate, gives +1 attack, and as an action, get +5 skill value for that skill test, and then flip that set over. And also we have Takada Hiriko, I said that right, Takada Haruko, I don't know how to say her name. Basically this story I set down here, she has 9 supplies, partner, exhaust her, move 3 supplies from her as resources to my resource pool, so it's a pretty good card. So essentially we've got to gather clues and climb the mountain. But I do want those story assets first, so let's shuffle up and begin. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, right away I've got the Cyclopean Hammer, an excellent card for enemies. You combine your willpower with your attack power for this attack, +1 damage. If succeed, the enemy is not elite, you may move that enemy 1 location away from you. If succeed by 3 or more, do +2 damage and move the enemy 2 locations away from you. So the first way we can push the enemy away from us, so it's a really good card. Azure Flames, the good card for fighting, use willpower instead of attack for fight. Reliable, works well with Cyclopean Hammer. That's a fast keyword. Attached to an item, and then when you resolve a trigger ability or attached item, you get +1 to each of your skills, so it makes this hammer super strong. We also have Thang of Theothara, I can't say that name. Event 3, choose an enemy at any reveal location as a target for this attack. Before resolving that attack, you may move to the enemy's location and add your agility and combat for attack and deal +3 damage, so a super powerful attack card. Also we have Spectral Razor, add your willpower to a skill value for this attack, and before this attack, engage attack at enemy and deal +1 damage or +2 instead if enemy is non-elite. So, let's begin. So definitely want to recover these 2 items. Spend 2 actions, recover these. So we've got a bit of extra firepower down here. We'll put some supplies on them. And I'm also going to gather a clue. Actually no I'm not, I'm going to use this time to play for Cyclopean Hammer. Get that down nice and early, there we go. And now turn is over, so draw a card, overpower. I better hope I get an enemy out the encounter cards. Now I want an enemy to fight, because I want to kill something with my hammer. And we have, no, Nightmarish Vapors, Peril. Choose one. Lose 2 actions, shuffle top 2 cards of Technically lead deck into a deck while looking at them. I'm going to lose 2 actions, so I'm just going to basically investigate. Yes, Aldesign Pull. Nothing else really, just gives us a clue. And that's another go over. So daring, this is great. Commit to only to a skill test during attack or evasion. Enemies retaliate and alert for the duration of skill test, but you get to draw a card. But you do get 3 of the symbols there, which is pretty good. That on there, on the agenda, draw a card. Antartic Wind. So attached to the nearest location. I've had to copy this card already attached. We cannot play cards or draw cards from the deck. Okay, that's not too bad. So we're going to risk, so we can't play cards or draw cards. All we can do is gain resources or gain clues. So we're going to try here. All green, what's that one? -1 if you fail. No, we didn't fail because it's 2, so we're okay for that. Gain a clue. And we'll just do it again. So, come on, don't give me something bad, come on. -1, yes, that's fine. Okay, so that's 2 actions gone there. So can we move? We can move. So we will move from there. There we go. Have to discard all our clues as part of the agenda card. So again there, we're on level 1 of the summit. So White Bluff, victory 1, and after you move to White Bluff from the location below, test evade X. X is 1 plus location level. If you fail, lose control of an expedition asset and place it at White Bluff. Okay, 1 clue there. So I've got to test 2. If I fail, lose control of an item. Green again, -1, no, that's fine, we're okay. That's how we go over. So we'll discard this. Draw a card. Daring again. I need some more clue gaining cards really, that'd be handy. So agenda's on 3, and give me an enemy, I want to fight an enemy, I want to kill something with my hammer, come on. Blasphemous Visions. Top card of the Technically lead deck into your deck, looking at it, and then put Blasphemous Visions into play in your threat area. And then it reads, resolve the effects of each Technically lead weakness you draw an additional time. I can test 3 willpower to discard this card. Okay. That's pretty irritating. 1 goes into the deck. Shuffle up. There we go. And my go. As annoying as the technically deck weakness cards are, they aren't like too bad. I can handle them. I don't need to get rid of that. So we're gonna pay 1 and play reliable as a fast keyword. Stick it on the hammer. So we are now basically a killing machine. Anything we fight, we'll probably kill. We do need to gain some clues though from here, and it has a shroud value of 3. It's quite hard. I'm going to exhaust discipline to get +5 for this skill test. If I pull a fail token now, I'm going to cry. So I've got 7 against 3, +1. That's great. So again, the clue. Flip this over. Essentially, I've got to basically, after round ends, before no skill test, flip back over. There we go. So we've done what's one action, and we'll also move for second action. So up to here, it's got a clue. So steep incline. After move steep incline from a location below, take 1 damage. Okay, we slipped a little bit and banged our toe. And 2 clues on there. Victory 1, strat value 2. So we, in the clue, moved 1 more action. I think I will draw a card. I need some more clue gaining cards. Technically card. So take 1 horror. So we'll resolve it twice. So take 2 horror. And then put this card bottom of the deck, out the way. There we go. End of our go, draw a card, promise of power. Skill icons, but you also add a curse token to the chaos bag if you cannot, take 2 horror instead. It is a good card though, if you want to risk the curse tokens. So Gender's on 4, that's 6, and an enemy, finally an enemy. So we have Elder Thing's Scavenger. So it's a monster Elder Thing, it has 3 of all the stats, 3 fight, 3 health, 3 evade. Hunter keyword, it's going to chase me around. Forced, after it attacks you, discard top 3 cards of your deck and draw each weakness discarded this way. Okay, so that's pretty irritating. So put it in our threat area. Okay, let's test out the hammer. So we're going to fight. So we get to add willpower to a skill value for this attack. So willpower is 3, but it's +1 because of the reliable, so that's 4. I hit 2 already 4, but 5 because of that, so that's 9 in total, so 9 damage this will deal. We're going to play overpower as well, that's 11 against 3. I'm pretty sure we're going to succeed. Yeah, -2. So it isn't elite, we get it seed by 2 or more, so 3 or more. We do a +2 damage, that's 3 damage, enough to instantly kill this enemy in 1 big old hit. Overpower, let's just draw a card as well. Talisman Protection. So this is great. So it has fast, play during your turn, control and investigate at your location, going to me obviously. But when you assign damage or horror that would defeat you, instead discard this Talisman of Protection and cancel 2 damage and or horror. It's a great sort of last resort card. So that's first action. This is going to be second action. Has a fast keyword though, so doesn't really count as an action. We have to risk getting a clue here. Let's just take a risk. Come on. What's that? -3, if you fail, lose control of an efficient asset and place it at your location. Okay, we're going to place... let's just place spare parts there. And now goes over. Draw a card. Second wind, play as your first action only. Heal 1 damage, or 2 instead if you drew a treachery this round, then draw a card. Nice little card to have. 1 on there. This is on 5. Draw a card. Another Elder Thing, Constricted Elder Thing this time. So this has 3 attack, X health, 2 evade, Hunter. X is level your location to a minimum of 1, so X is just 2. As engage with you, you cannot move to locations above your location, so have to kill this thing. So I'll go. So we will attack this thing. Our big 9 against that measly 2 should be enough to kill this thing, and we have my +1. Yeah, easily done. Does +2 damage, so instantly kills this card. Such a good card the hammer is. So we get risk skill test, see if there's clues. So first one is, I'm on the bottom somewhere. +1. Yes, that'll do. And another one. Yes, try again. So come on. 0. Oh, thank God for that. 2 clues. Okay, that's our go over. So draw a card. Ooh, the Chthonian Stone is a great card. It's a sealed, pesky chaos token cards out of the chaos bag. Great card. Okay, the agenda does advance, unfortunately, so this is bad. We're about halfway up the mountain. We need to get a bit further. So this will read: the mountainside splits and erupts with snow. A storm of jagged ice shards bursts forth from the womb of the mountain. Behind it, the beast emerges, a whirlwind of mist, haunting alien shapes, hideous effluvia. It sets its terrible gaze on your party and reaches for you with a tendril of Mizima. Put a set-aside Terror of the Stars enemy into play at the highest level location with one or more investigators. That's going to be bad. And each person at the location loses control of expedition assets and place them at the location. So that's with me. So I've lost dynamite again, another story asset again. So the enemy Terror of the Stars is here. The Guardian of the Forbidden Peaks. Monster Eidolon Elite. X Fight, 3 health, X Evade. Hunter Massive, he gets plus 3 health, he's got 6 health. X is the level of location, so it's currently at 2. End of the round, move all investigators to Terror of the Stars location to the location directly below it. So it's going to chase down the mountain, so I need to kill this, otherwise I can't get any higher. That's going to be bad. And also read Scenario Interlude Tragedy Strikes, the campaign guide. So that is: find each surviving expedition member, including those under SS to control, who do not have a checkmark drawn next to their name in the campaign log, and choose one of them at random. Okay. It all happens in the blink of an eye. You've only enough time to scream your companion's name before they are seized. Its many shifting shapes colour on their body. They struggle to escape, but it is hopeless. Then, on moment of consideration, it shoves its tendrils into the victim's body and yanks them apart like a piece of uncooked meat. A spray of blood stains the snow crimson. It drops what remains of your companion unceremoniously onto the ground, turns its attention to you. So I basically got to kill someone now. Oh, that's good. Well, I'll pick someone at random, so it's kind of fair. So we'll just put them face down, pick the top one. Dr. Maya Sina is killed. Okay. So I've lost all my team members. It's bad. Right, this is going to get hard now. So we're now on Agenda 2. Terror descends. The once flurrying snow has become a tempest of wind and heavy snowfall. If you don't make it across the peak soon, you'll be forced to either take shelter or spend the rest of eternity as a frozen corpse on the mountainside. 64, but on 8. But this enemy is pretty annoying. I could evade it. It's got 6 health. I could spend an entire turn trying to kill it, or I can evade and run. I might run away. But I do have a Fang of T3R in my possession, which is good. You know what? Let's go for the kill. So I'm going to play this. So fight. Choose an enemy location for this attack. We are moved there. We're going to add our evade to our combat for this attack and deal plus 3 damage. So that's 3 damage. So 3 damage straight away to the enemy if it succeeds. And we have a total value of 7 against 2. So that's that. Yeah, it's fine. So we deal 4 damage. If we just do 1 big hit with the hammer, we can kill this enemy. Let's fight with the hammer. So it's, I think, 9 against 2. Yes, plus 1 is fine. So we've killed Terror of the Stars in 2 hits. That card is really good, that Fang of, can't say it's T3 LARP. So we have 1 action left. And we're going to leave these items here because we can't afford to waste time. We're going to move up the mountain. So we're on Narrow Ridge. It's got our clues. So this reads: after you move to Narrow Ridge, the location below, take 1 horror. Okay. 2 clues, 2 strat value. So we're getting closer. 2 locations, and we're done. So draw a card. Dragon Pole. Don't need that card really. Just extra combat. Get a resource. Doing the agenda. Draw a card. So Ice Shaft. Test at 3. Agility. For each frost token you reveal, take 1 damage. If you fail, take 2 damage. So I've got 3 against 3. That is fine. So 3 against 3. That is fine. Let's go for this. Plus 1, yes. Easy. So onto our go now. So we are going to play. I'm going to play Second Wind. Plays your first action. Heal 1 damage. But 2. Draw Treachery. Make a difference. And draw a card. Bandolier. So I get 2 extra hand slots, and while you have weapon assets held in 2 or more hand slots, you gain +1 willpower. So I'm going to play Chthonian Stone as a help the skill test out, and I'm going to investigate. Come on. +1, thank God for that. So we've got one action left. I'm going to draw a card. Hopefully I get something that can't be getting clues. No, it's a technical weakness. Take 1 horror. Resolve it twice. I take 2 horror. So my horror is getting quite high now. Be careful here. Getting a resource. Doing the agenda. Please be a nice encounter card. Snowfall, place 2 clues in your location. That's actually really annoying. I don't want to place clues in location. I need to go further ahead. Right, I need more clues. What can I do? Let's just draw some cards. So, draw a card. Vigilant. So, one at a time, play up to 3 assets from your hand, reducing the resource cost by 1 for each. No use. Could play nothing really. It's pretty useless. I'll draw another card again, see if it gets anything better. Oh, yes, that's better. 6 cents. I can't pay for it just yet, but that's better than nothing. So investigate using my willpower instead of my intellect. If I reveal one of those symbols, choose a reveal location, get to location. I can investigate there instead. Okay, so that's our end of our go. So our action's done. Okay, so we've got 1 action left. I'm going to exhaust this and put 3 resources in there to me. End of my go, I've got draw a card. I'm going to try to research my hand. 4. I've got 8 cards in my hand. I've got 9 cards in my hand. Discard some. Don't need daring. Don't need dragon pole. Draw a card. 6 cents again. Both together. That's always fun. A resource. That's on 3. Draw a card. Avalanche. If level of your location is 1 to 4, move to the location below you, then test X. X level location. If you fail, repeat this process. If you do not move less effect, I gain surge. Back down I go. Test 2. My willpower of 3. Yes, I'll decide and pull and flip it over because of that. Thank God for that. Okay, my go. Move. I'm going to play a Vigilant. Play assets from my hand up to 3, reducing the cost by 1. So that's 2 resources for that. 1 resource of Bandolier. And with that played, I'll discard Tassel Protection. I can't use that anymore, unfortunately. Okay, so now I'm going to investigate using this. So willpower instead. So against 2. +1, that's good. And our goes over, so draw a card. In case of soul, play a spell ritual card from your hand, which is cost by 3. Not much use so far. That on there. Giant's on 4, it's getting quite hard. Ice Shaft has agility 3. So again, fail, take 2 damage. So agility. It's going to be hard. So 3 against 3 is. Come on. +1, yay! Thank God for that. Okay, so let's hit again. I'm going to play 6 cents. Again. Investigate. Come on. Other sign. Yes. Trigger it again. Let's go. So next clue, I can go to the next location, hopefully. Yes, +1. So that's got that. Might go over, so draw a card. Rosemary, coming in handy quite a bit of turns ago. Sorry, I showed this card to clues, not last location, my bad. They should be gone. Doing the agenda, that's on 5 now, it's getting quite scary. Polar Vortex, attached to location. When you end the turn at attached location, each card you control with health takes 1 damage. End the round, discard Polar Vortex. So I'm going to move those, it's okay. So I'm going to move now. So action 1. We're so close to Rocky Ledge. Move to Rocky Ledge from location below. Top card of the technically deck into deck. Looking at it. Okay, let's do that. Go. Strike value 4, victory 1. Second action, let us investigate. I think we'll use this, Let's trigger. So we're going to trigger this, +5 for skill value. Let us also play, just in case, 6th Sense, so 7 against 4, just in case. Come on. Yes, 0. That's good. And last action is... I'm going to move. So, move to the summit. Spend a clue. So, clues to the summit can only be discovered by investigating. When it's revealed, add 1 froststone to the chaos bag, and then resign. Some of your clues there. So we've got there. That's a chaos bag. Clues there. You know what? I'm just going to resign. I'm on 5 agenda out of 8. Game clues are going to be hard. I'm going to end it there. So I'm going to resign. Got the clues. I'll leave the answers behind, and that's it. So we're going to continue to the resolution. So resolution is... Resolution 1. After a long and arduous journey up the mountainside, you've reached the forbidden peaks. You hope the pain and horror you suffered along the way is behind you, but you fear that it will persist and become relentless. Resolution 1 reads, the view from the summit is breathtaking, but you are in no mood to enjoy the spectacle. Sprawled before you, on the other side of these accursed peaks, lies a city described in Dice reports. Its haunting visage is unmistakable. Dozens of conical and pyramidal buildings of dark slate and sandstone are honeycombed throughout the region like a labyrinth of perfect geometric shapes. Though weathered by the ages, the city still stands, hidden by the jagged peaks of the heavy snow. For a while you stand in silence and take in the wondrous sight. If it weren't for the many trails you face on the way, it would be a moment of triumph, but after the sacrifice made to get here, the victory rings hollow. A freezing wind blows across the peaks. The air is too thin for you to linger here. After a moment's rest, you begin a long trek down to the alien city. You'll have to make camp before you reach the bottom. With any luck, you'll be hidden from the dreadful creatures that dwell there. So, campaign log, record the team plans to the summit. We gain XP into the victory value. So, 1 Tear of the Stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, 6 for XP. That means we can add another discipline card to our opening setup. We've got 15 more XP. We didn't get any of these accession items, unfortunately. And also we've got to record that the team member died as well. So proceed to Interlude 2, Endless Night. Okay, Interlude 2, Endless Night reads, once again safe, you and your companions set up camp in silence. You marvel at how much quieter the evening is compared to those that came before. But be it due to your dwindling numbers or the grim moon that hangs over the camp, but the quiet is anything but peaceful. As the hours pass, you can't seem to get any rest. You decide instead to check on your companions. So I've got a short time, so I've got to check my companions and read 3 of these. So obviously if they're alive, it doesn't matter. So William Dyer is alive. Professor paces back and forth, running his fingers through his greying hair. They're connected. They must be connected. He rambles to himself as you approach. The elder things and these manifestations, these mirages, he continues, are to answer your own spoken question. When we were here last, I saw images of the elder things in conflict with other species, other alien beings. But what if the true source of their fear lies here on Earth? His gaze meets yours. What if this wasn't their true home? What if they were guarding something? Speaking with him helps you reason with the madness. Move up to 5 particularly witness cards from my deck. That's always good. We will check on, check on Amy Kensler. And she has shared research with us, so we can do this. Dr. Kensler is unsurprised when you enter her tent. She looks up from her desk and tilts her glasses down to gaze at you directly. Here to inquire my findings, she asks, to which you nod. Very well. You notice her unusually warm demeanour as you approach and peer over her shoulder. In front of her, a section of one of the elder thing's limbs is dissected with extra precision. Dark green liquid stains the scaly flesh and the surface beneath it alike. She raises her glasses once again, turns to face her anatomical sample. It's not unlike us, she says. Just as Dyer suggested in his own account, and yet somehow they're able to survive incredible pressure and cold, perhaps even the vacuum of space. What I don't understand is, she breathes deep and continues. Dyer's report only accounts for the waking of a few of these creatures from their hibernation. Why then are so many of them active? So, according to campaign log, Dr. Kensler is on verge of understanding. So, Takara Hirado, the team's interim and quartermaster, is in the middle of counting something when you accost her. She curses as she loses count. Do you have any idea how long it took me to? She stops and rolls her eyes. The next question is drilled in exacerbating monotone. What do you want? You inform Takada that you would like to requisition some supplies for tomorrow's journey into the alien city. Oh, you would you? She sighs. Yeah, that's fine. But don't take anything from that pack. She motions to a backpack brimming with spare airplane parts and provisions. It is a long story. She answers your unspoken question. That's the end of the discussion. Takada assures you're better equipped for the next leg of the journey. Investigator begins scenario 3, says the other things, so they have 3 additional resources in their resource pool. Okay. So lastly, Endless Night 2 reads, you try in vain to sleep, but the night seems to go on forever. Your thoughts meandering endlessly in a maze of worry and doubt. If you already played Scenario 3, Fatal Mirage, this campaign, proceed to Endless Night 3. Otherwise, check the team section of the campaign log. If there are 3 or more names crossed out, skip to Endless Night 4. Got 2 names crossed out so far, so we're okay for that. Otherwise, proceed to Scenario 3, City of the Elder Things. So next up, the City of the Elder Things. So that's a pretty fun scenario. That's it for this playthrough. What a very fun scenario. I think if I had a higher intellect and evade character, I would have done a lot better there. The hammer saved me a lot though, from the few enemies I fought. But gaining clues was a struggle. I didn't quite get my clue cards out just yet, so I think I'm going to use the XP I've got to upgrade my 6th Sense card and put more clue gaining cards in my deck, some good mystic cards for gaining clues. So if this playthrough, any questions or comments about this game, comment down below and I'll reply to you. As always, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.